Okay, I'm here with Minority Leader Tom Saadi, and we're here at a special session of the City Council. There was a debate going on in regards to the position of Legislative Assistant, where Gene Natal is going to be appointed to this position, and you referred it to an ad hoc committee. I just want you to give the public an opportunity to explain your point of view and why you sent it to ad hoc.
Well, as some people may recall, back during the charter revision, which changed, Gene Natale was elected as city clerk, and she was reelected 3 or 4 times. A couple of years back, I think about 2.5 years ago, charter revision changed the position from city clerk to legislative assistant to be an appointed position, appointed by the mayor, confirmed by the council. During that debate, while the Charter Revision Commission was considering that change, I made a motion and a suggested amendment that it be a council appointment by the council president and approved by the council, and that there be a civil service process, testing, vetting of the candidate. That amendment failed, unfortunately, and now it's a mayoral appointment. The mayor's absolutely right. He said this evening that it is by charter his right to appoint this person, and then that person is confirmed by the council. There's no vetting, there's no civil service process, there's no requirement for an ad hoc. But during the debate, before the charter revision was completed and approved, the mayor did say that the council, of course, could have a vetting process, could do testing, could have an ad hoc process to review potential candidates. Now, give him his due, he said that that was if the position was open. He said that, not at that time, but within the last couple of days, he meant that if the position was open. That was never discussed, whether it was or was not supposed to be an open or empty position, then the person be subject to testing. But that being said, in my mind, doesn't remove what I think should be at least a vetting process. And we're doing this for the first time. We're setting precedent here. How are future councils supposed to go through a review process and confirmation of somebody who is the clerk, the assistant to the council? So I sent it to an ad hoc tonight so we could flesh out issues of hours and reporting requirements and also the performance of that individual. I also think that there needs to be a bit of at least more than just a vote on the night it's introduced to the council. Another issue came up whether or not this was discussed over the last several days, that the caucus doesn't reach out and discuss these issues. We reach out and discuss issues all the time with the Republicans, with the mayor, try to work through things. A meeting that we tried to put together with the mayor fell apart because a caucus member couldn't make it, not his fault. But over the last 2 days, discussed it with him a few times, met with him at least once, along with Council President Joe Calvo and Councilman Visconti, so we chatted about it. And that being said, so those things and those discussions did occur in advance of the meeting. So I hope that people understand this is about creating a process for the future. It's not about a person who is elected or re-elected. This is about an appointment of what is going to be an employee of the city for the first time in a new position. And that's what the referral to ad hoc was about. So we'll go through the process. We'll have a vote. It doesn't need to be rancorous or contentious. Civil and a level of decorum is all that should be, all that should happen.
Well, obviously, you know very well that I've been following this situation for, I would say, since the charter revision first met, which is, I think it's about 3 years ago. I recall that public hearing, which was in January 2009. I know what was said. There's video footage of what was said. And if you want to get really technical about it, technically the position is open right now. So hopefully, I don't want to get into the technical or the politics of the whole matter because we've seen enough of it up there during this meeting today. But hopefully we can get this resolved and get some questions flushed out because this is a very important thing. Like you said, this happened for the first time ever. And there's some very serious questions that should be raised in regards to this position and how this person is going to operate, job responsibilities, and who she reports to in certain situations.
I want to make clear, though, one thing. And some people may not agree with this. This is not about an individual or their political views, and It shouldn't be about that. And people shouldn't get into those questions. What somebody does in their own time, somebody does at lunchtime, whether you agree with or disagree with it, is a First Amendment right. And there's case after case of that with municipal employees. And as an attorney, I'm going to say that, someone who believes in the First Amendment, we got to respect that. So we're going to keep this about the position, about a vetting, that the council has every right under the charter that all things shall go to ad hoc except by unanimous consent, if I'm correct. I don't know the provision offhand, whether it's charter or ordinance, but all things shall go to ad hoc except by unanimous consent. So that's the council's prerogative.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it, and we'll be looking forward to the ad hoc committee and the wonderful cooperation we see on the council coming up this coming up year. Hopefully, it'll be better than what we witnessed tonight.
Well, I do hope, and I think that there will be a lot of cooperation once we get through this issue. I feel positive about it, And once people see that this is not about personal politics, I think we'll all move forward together.
All right, well, thank